Hey, what's up? It's Patrick. It's Rose via Fire, and I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about you gotta get through the people who don't support you to get to the people who support you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna use like a Doctor Strange example because I know y'all like when I do like when I give those examples and use analogies and stuff. So I'm gonna give y'all like an example analogy type thing. So I'm gonna use like Doctor Strange. So let's say Doctor Strange cast a spell and put up like a magic barrier. You know what I'm saying? Let's say like this was like a magic barrier, like a wall. You know what I'm saying? Like a large wall. You know what I'm saying? Like made with like magic, strong as hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? Um, and that's how it is when you are dealing with people who don't support you. It's like you gotta get through the people who don't support you in order to get to the people who do support you. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, like when you are in your purpose for God and you are in your calling for God, um, you're gonna find a lot of strange people. People will be watching you, you know what I'm saying? People will be learning from you, listening to your messages. Um, they using the information that you put out there, but they don't really like support you. They don't really rock with you. You know what I'm saying? And it's a small percentage of people who really gonna truly support you. It's like bro, 95% of the people, they not rocking with you. They not gonna fully support you. And then you're gonna have that 5%. Them 5% is gonna be the real supporters. This is just how it is, bro. I know the numbers look crazy. I know the numbers look low, but I'm telling you what I know, bro. 95% of them people, they just gonna be watching you. They just gonna be strange. They gonna be strange, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm using the Doctor Strange example, because a lot of these people be strange. They just gonna be watching you. They gonna be learning from you. They gonna be tuning into everything that you record, anything that you, all the messages, they tuning in. But they ain't even gonna like, man, they ain't even gonna reach out. They ain't even gonna say like, they ain't even gonna thank you for helping them with your messages. They ain't even gonna do nothing, bro. Like they just gonna be in the background lurking, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like 95% of people. That's how they do. Now there's different reasons why they do it, but you know what I'm saying? Then you got that other percentage of people that just weird, bro. They just strange. But that's why I'm using the Doctor Strange example. Like this goes for a lot of different areas. Like you gotta get through, you gotta get you gotta go through and you gotta get through the people who don't support you in order to get to the people who do support you. Because when you, especially when you first starting out, bro, when you first starting out, yo, my voice, bro, my voice, my voice, my voice is like keep messing up, but yeah, but like matter of fact, let me talk about the voice real quick. Like when you are in your calling for God and you are consistent, bro, and you showing up to do what God calling you to do, when you speak, bro, like bro, when people consistent, bro, man, they gonna be pressing record to put out a message even when their voice is cracking, even when they have a cold, they still pressing record, bro. They showing up for themselves. They consistent, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ever seen somebody consistent where, man, they voice, sometimes they have a cold, they still showing up, recording the message. Sometimes they voice is cracking, they still showing up, recording, being consistent to what God called them to do. Like you gonna hear all types of different ranges, ranges of their voice because they are showing up, they are being consistent, bro. They are being consistent. You're gonna hear their voice crack. You're gonna hear their voice when they have a cold. You're gonna hear their voice when it's not all perfect. Man, they showing up, they being consistent, bro. Consistency, bro. You know what I'm saying? They consistently showing up for themselves and doing what God called them to do. So their voice is gonna sound different in all types of different messages that they put out. But let me tell you something. You gotta get through the people who don't support you to get to the people who support you. And like, look, when you are dealing with people who don't support you, um, yo, I kind of lost train of thought. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, when you're dealing with people who don't support you, it's like they just clog in the way, bro. Like, bro, get out the way, bro, so I could get to the people who truly support me, bro. You know, you ever feel like that, bro? Like, you got some people who just be clogging the way, bro. Like, get out the way so I could get to the people who support me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So going back to the Doctor Strange barrier wall type example. Every day that you're consistent, every day that you're showing up, bro, you are literally punching this barrier, bro. This is a strong barrier made up of magic and all types of stuff, right? So every day that you're showing up, you're punching through this barrier. You gotta get through. It's like you gotta cut through. Let's say you have a sword and you're trying to cut through this barrier. And this barrier is strong as hell. Every day you have a sword, you're cutting through this barrier. You're cutting through the people who don't support you. It's like you gotta, in a way, like, it's kind of like on some Moses Red Sea type stuff. You have to cut through the barrier. You gotta cut through the people who don't support you. And when you're starting out, bro, nobody even know who you are. So you can't even expect to get no real, like, it's gonna be like almost literally zero real supporters when you're starting out, because nobody knows who you are. You know what I'm saying? But as you continue to show up and be consistent, bro, then the people who don't support you is gonna pull up. You know what I'm saying? You might slip in one person who does support you, but the people who don't support you is always gonna be a larger number. It's always gonna be the 95% who don't support you. They're gonna be just lurking, you know what I'm saying? Just basically taking from your plate, learning from you, applying the messages that you putting out. They applying those messages to their life. They pretty much gonna be taken from your plate and everything that you putting out. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be helping them in their walks with God. You're gonna be helping them strengthen their relationship with God. And what they gonna be doing, they just gonna be taken from your messages, the plate, the everything, and they ain't even gonna support you. That's the 95%. You know what I'm saying? And then you got those 5%. They gonna be like, you know what, bro? This person really like added some serious value to my life, bro. Let me reach out to them. Let me thank them. Let me at least let them know, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me let them know. Let me support them in any way that I can. You know what I'm saying? Cause bro, they done help me. They done strengthen my relationship with God. They done help save my soul from hell. They done really like, you got those ones who really like, you got those real supporters who really have common sense. Like, they really like for real about this. You know what I'm saying? And this is the crazy part, bro. When God uses somebody to help you and you kind of like turn on them and you betray them and you act like they ain't really done nothing for you, God punishes you. This is what a lot of people don't understand, bro. Because God is using like, because you got to understand, God uses different people to reach somebody, bro. You know what I'm saying? God, I'm going to give y'all an example. God used Tiario to help me and to bring me into the kingdom and to really put me onto like the information, the truth, and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So I stay loyal and, you know, I support. The person that God uses to actually like bring you into the kingdom and to help you in your walk with God tremendously, bro, you gotta stay loyal to that person, bro. You gotta like rock with that person and support them, because it's the real thing to do, bro. A lot of these people be strange, bro. Like, I'm like, bro, people be strange, bro. You got all type of strange people, bro. You know what I'm saying? And this message is really directed towards like the people who are in the calling for God, bro. You know what I'm saying? People who really like, I'm not talking about people who are in Christianity, people who are in religion, people who are pagan Christians. I'm not even talking about all these weird religions, people is Muslim, people, all these weird. I'm not talking about religion, bro. I'm talking about people who really and truly in their calling for God, bro. Man, 95% that people ain't gonna support you. You gonna have that 5% that really gonna rock with you. But every day that you show up and you be consistent, bro, you punching through that barrier of those people who don't support you. And let's say you have a sword, you cutting through. If you have a sword, then you cutting through that barrier. You know what I'm saying? Every day, it's kind of like Moses splitting the Red Sea. You just really like, every day you cutting through the people who don't support you. You cutting through that noise, bro. And it takes a lot, bro. It doesn't happen overnight. to get to the people who truly support you. It doesn't happen overnight, bro. You gotta be consistent, bro. Bro, it's as though you're fighting lions and bears and all types of stuff, and you're being consistent, irregardless of how you feel sometimes, irregardless of if you're tired, bro, you're showing up, and you really staying consistent all the way through every day, just showing up. And people are just gonna be like watching you and lurking, and they don't really care about you for real. They just trying to use you for your information. Oh, what new message, what information this person is putting out. And once they see, okay, cool, you basically feeding their mind, bro. You feeding their soul, you feeding their spirit, you feeding their heart. So boom, they take from your plate and then they just go back into the shadows. They ain't gonna say nothing, they just gonna be lurking. And y'all know it's true though, you know what I'm saying? What's my opinion about that, bro? What's my opinion about people who just really just be watching and, hey, bro, it is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not even mad, bro. I'm not even like, bro, I don't even be on that type of stuff, bro, because I just be like, you know what I'm saying? I just keep showing up, man. You know what I'm saying? I just keep showing up, and I encourage other people out there who isn't they calling for God, bro. Just keep showing up, bro. Keep showing up, you know what I'm saying? God call you to do something, keep showing up. Keep being consistent, bro. Keep punching that barrier. Keep cutting through that barrier, bro. Keep splitting that barrier. One day, bro, that consistency, bro, and all those punches and all those slashes and all those cuts that you done made in the barrier, that barrier gonna crack, and you're gonna get to the other side, bro, of the people who actually truly appreciate what you're doing. People who actually like is not afraid to speak up and be like, hey, bro, you really like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really helped me with your messages and this and that. You're gonna get to that part. But before that, we gotta hit the rewind button. You gotta punch through that barrier consistently. And then this is where people give up. People be like, man, I've been doing this for like 5 months, bro. I'm consistent, bro. I'm punching through this barrier, getting to the people who support me. I can't really get there, bro. Like, and then they give up. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna give up, bro, when you don't even know how many punches was left to get to the other side of the barrier? You don't know how many more times you had to swing the sword to get to the other side. You know what I'm saying? Some of you is close, bro. You're close. You're close to breaking through that barrier of those people who don't support you to get to the other side of the people who do support you. You're close to getting through that barrier. Why are you giving up now, bro? You've been swinging that sword, bro. I can't speak. Your arms is feeling numb, all type of stuff, bro. You tired, bro. Hey, bro, you keep going, bro. You pray for strength from above, bro. You keep going, bro. I try to tell you, bro. You gonna get there, bro, but you just gotta keep going, bro. That's just how 95% of the people is gonna be strange, bro. They gonna be watching you. They ain't gonna be saying nothing. They gonna be taking the value. Think about it. How is it fair, right? If somebody's taking all the value that you're putting out into your messages and into whatever you're doing in your calling, they taking all that value, they consuming it. They feeding their mind, they feeding their soul. You opening their eyes to all types of stuff, right? But then they just go hide in the shadow and they just leave you in the battlefield by yourself. How is that fair? And when God judges that, that's why God be punishing them people who just weird, bro. You know what I'm saying? People who act like you ain't really helped them, bro. It's weird, bro. Like, think about it. It's weird to where people act like you ain't do nothing for them. They act like they a ninja in the shadows. You know what I'm saying? They act like a ninja in the shadow, like, hey, bro. Soon as they smell the food, think about it like this, right? Your ministry and the work that you're doing in your calling for God is like a spiritual plate. Soon as they smell the food, bro, oh, you got a new message. You about to feed my mind. You about to feed my walk with God. You about to strengthen my relationship with God. They smell the plate, man. They running. They sticking their hand out in the shadow. They grabbing from your plate. They eating. You know what I'm saying? Soon as they full, bro, man, they ain't even gonna say thank you, bro. They ain't even gonna support you. They gonna go right back to the shadow, bro. I'm like, wait, you in the shadow land again? How are you in the shadow land again? You done took from my plate. Then you back in the shadow land again. That's the 95%, bro. That's just how people are, bro. That's the 95%. And this message, I'm doing this message to encourage the right people out there, bro. This is how I'm just putting people on to like the mechanics of the game. Because people don't understand that there's mechanics to this game, bro. I'm putting you on to how this game works. I'm putting you on to the game of supporters, the game of life. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting you on to the mechanics of how this stuff works. Because a lot of people don't understand how the game works. They don't understand the rules to the game, the mechanics to the game, the mechanics to ministry. They don't understand the loadouts to the ministry. They don't understand how this stuff works. So I gotta do this message to encourage the right people out there and put them onto, okay, this is how the game works. These are the mechanics to the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? This is the loadout to the game. So they know what to expect. So they don't give up when they feel like it's not working. You know what I'm saying? And then soon as you start shining, bro, and you get to that part of people supporting you and your ministry and everything that you're building is starting to flourish and succeed, here comes the people who was in the shadows be like, oh, I support you now. That's fake support, bro. That is follower-based support. That is not support from the heart. That is follower-based support, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just doing this message to encourage the right people out there. You know what I'm saying? You got to get through the people who don't support you to get to the people who support you, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. Peace.